So the smoker's lit. Give it a minute to get going. And the smokers I use if you have some wild bees, it just helps to calm them down. Put my safety bee outfit on, glasses on as well, zip up. Right, that's it, gloves are on, everything's done up so bees can't creep in. Right, smoker's nearly done. I put wood shavings in the smoker. We do this and look. Then I have a hive tool. This is what I get into the hive with. A bit grubby, but clean. Okay, we're all ready. The smoker's full. We'll walk up to the hive. First hive, and it's queen number 13. This is queen number 13. The brood box is from here to here. This is called a queen excluder to stop the queen from going there to there. And these are called supers where the honey is produced. So, and I've got a roof on the top. So we take the roof off, and we have a look in here. There's one bee on there, that's a ventilator. This is called a crown board. And if you look in here, you've just got bees getting into the first super. We won't look at this one, but as you can see, it's quite a bit of activity. Just take this out. They're just beginning to lay a little bit of honey into this one, but this is the later one. So we'll look at the one we put in earlier. So we have to break this down because the bees will glue everything together. So we take that one off. This is a far more active one. So we'll just smoke it down a bit just to keep the bees calm, not much, just a little bit. So this is called a super. This is where these are the combs which we take away eventually and extract the honey from. So we take one of the center ones out, like this. We'll see what progress of the. Oh, yes, there is progress. If we see in here, this is the honey in the cells, and they're just where it's got here. This is the honey is just beginning to be capped, which means it's mature. This is probably not quite mature yet, but within another few days, this can be extracted. We look on this side. And if you look closely, there's a few ones with cells with yellow in. Honeycomb, that is pollen. That's probably from all seed rape being yellow. And there's a red one there. I'm not too sure what that is, but they use the pollen to feed the young. So we'll put this one back in. So this one will be considerably heavier than this one. So we break the seal. Cool one, it is heavy. This one is just about ready to extract the honey. So this is the queen excluder. This is big enough for the worker bees to get through, but the queen can't get through it. So the queen keeps in the bottom, which is called the brood box. So we take the queen excluder off and gently lift up. And we have to be careful because sometimes the queen can be stuck on the bottom. But at the moment I can't see it, but we'll give it a tap to knock the bees back down. And you can see they've built a little bit of honey around here, whatever, and a bit of wax. So we'll put this here to rest it. So this is the main brood box. This is where all the breeding happens. Where the queen lays the eggs and the workers feed the young. So we'll take the first frame out. Hopefully we'll see the queen, but you can't always guarantee it. So we'll take this one out. Oh, this one's full of honey. You notice every single cell is capped. So we draw it out very, very slowly. Look at that. This is what we don't normally extract this honey. This is what we leave for the bees to feed themselves. But it looks really, really nice. We might extract some. Sometimes if it's too much, I'll tap the bees off. There you go, look at them. So we'll take this one off for a minute because it'll give us a bit of room to do an inspection. So we'll hang the smoker there. We'll take the next one off. This one will probably be through honey as well. We'll pull it up. Now this has got honey, this has got brood. Now they've got some honey around the outside. Oh look, that's a bit of a good sign, good or bad sign. That's the beginnings of a queen cell. That means they're going to swarm within the next few days. Inside there, there'll be a larvae with what they call royal jelly, which will convert an ordinary egg into a queen egg. Well, that'll a queen cell to produce another queen. If you look on that one there, you can't see it very well, but there's one here with pollen on its back legs. She's obviously collected it from some more seed rape. So we'll turn this over. Yeah, we've got loads of brood. All that biscuit coloured cells are capped brood. So within the next few days, it will probably double the population. So we've got to come back down again. And it looks like we're going to have a swarm problem with this one. So we won't do it today, but we'll come back on another day. Look at that. Absolutely full of bees. Now there's two sorts of bee here. If you look at this one, this is a drone. That's a drone. They're slightly bigger than a worker, and they're the male bees. Now, if we look in them cells here, them little white dots, the size of a comma, are eggs, which the queen lays in the bottom of the cell. Loads of them, which is a good sign. So the queen is still here. But the best thing is trying to find her. It's just like finding Where's Wally in the children's books. Now, but we do mark the queen. I believe this is what I call a green queen. Hopefully it makes it easy to find her. No, we can't see it there. You don't always find the queen, but there is times when you have to find the queen, and that's when you want to do a swarm control. So we take the next one up. Full of bees, good old healthy bees, plenty of comb, bees everywhere. And this side, yeah, we've got sort of a queen cells trying to be built here. We'll need to come in tomorrow and do an artificial swarm. But if we look on this one, we've got the eggs have hatched, and then we've got larvae. See, loads of them. That's a couple of days. So we can't see the queen. The queen could be here, but she can be very difficult to find at times. So we take the next one off. We could find her. Here we are. Another good comb of bees. No queen cells on this one. Looking on this side, bees everywhere. Can't see the queen. Plenty of brood. Right, we'll take the next one up. Here we go. Still looking for the queen. Can't see her. Lots of drones, lots of workers. There we go. Can't see the queen. Right. No, we can't see the queen on here. What about the other side? Full of comb, another queen cell being developed. That's an open queen cell, so it's not, when they're closed and capped, it's a sign they've probably swarmed. Have another look beside. Put this one back. Next one. So what we've got here? It's a better queen cell. That's an open queen cell. That means they're going to swarm in a couple of days' time, if the weather's right. Open cellars, when they've laid the egg and it's open for a few days, But as soon as it's capped, that's the time for the warm day. They'll swarm. They'll fly off and make a new colony somewhere else. So I can't see the queen, but it's full of eggs. Absolute eggs laid from side to side. Still can't see the queen. That's the thing when a colony gets crowded, it is difficult to find. And it's always difficult to find when you want to show someone. Yeah, it's full of bees, full of eggs. Yeah, can't see. She can easily hide around the edges. Two more. Another huge. It's all completely laid up. That's a good sign of swarming. Another queen cell at the top. Well, uncapped queen cell at the top. It's just started to form. Oh, there's the queen. I found her. Here. With the green dot. So she's got a green dot, means that she was a queen from last year. A different colour would mean a different age. The year before would have been white.
So you colour code them for each year?
Yeah, yeah. And it goes on a 5-year cycle because they don't live more than 5 years. And in fact, you don't want to keep a queen that long. So we've checked them for us. We've found the queen. So this is what I call one of my better colonies. It's a good strong one. So we need to do this tomorrow to keep it and do an artificial swarm, because you need to breed from your best colonies, and this is one of my best ones. I've got several like this, but I might even split this one twice. What you do is split it, save the queen go back in here with no queen cells, and I have 2 more hives. There's enough quantity of bees to make 2 more hives up, and at the beginning of April they'll soon build up, with a plentiful supply of nectar and warm days they'll soon draw the comb up again. This is a good hive. I'm glad I've inspected it, so I know now to come tomorrow and bring some more hives with me to do a artificial swarm. So we'll put it all back together again now. So we squeeze the combs back together. Don't want to squash any. Do it gently. There's 2 types of frame in here. Some of them have got plastic spaces and some have got wooden. And I'm converting to all plastic space ones. This is what I used to have originally, but I'm going to all plastic ones. They're easier for me to manufacture, and the bees don't mind one way or the other. But the plastic spaces do the same job as the wooden spaces, but I just find them easy to make. So we'll put this one back in. This one's full of nectar, and also honey where it's capped. And it's quite heavy.
How much does it weigh?
Well, it's probably about 2 jars of honey. It's probably 1 kilogram, yeah. If not, probably a bit more. So that'd be 2 or 3 jars of honey in that frame. Could be 4 jars. So we've got all the frames back in. We'll give it a bit of a blow to push them out of the way, because we want to put the queen excluder back on, so we don't want to squash any bees. We give it a bit of this. Give us puff around the edges. We'll put it on like this, and if you gently like this, yeah. Right, see the bees, they squeeze through there, see the work, they come through here. Yeah, you can see there's one out there, there's one there trying to get squeezed through, but you see they're squeezing through. It's a bit tight for them, but they'll get through. It's a fat one, I reckon. But they go through here, so the queen can't get it. So we don't want eggs being laid into where we are going to extract the honey. So we put this one back. This one will probably, if they're getting capped near, this will probably be from all seed rates. So I will not leave this long. Within the next couple of warm days, I don't want it there to get cold. So there we are. This is not capped. That's full red from end to end. It's full up. So I'll test this tomorrow for water content. If you notice, though, it's just begin to crystallise a little bit. Where this looks a bit cloudy, that means the sugar crystals are forming together. And if we leave it much longer, that'll be difficult to extract. So we pop that back in. But in this warm weather, it's not too bad. But if they get cold, that'll go solid like a brick. So we put this back on here, which is quite heavy. I should think a full super like that would get off about over 30 pounds in weight of honey, which is about 15 kilograms. So we put the next one on. This is just beginning to, they're just beginning to fill this one. So tomorrow I might even take that one off. That does talk of a cool weekend. So we'll have a look at this one. So they've filled the bottom one up and they're just beginning to fill this top one up. But they're drawing the comb out. So when we, this is called draw and comb. So when we look at one next to it, this one here is foundation. There's a sheets of wax we buy with the printed pattern of honeycomb, which makes it easy for the bees to draw out. So within the next couple of days, they should start drawing it out. Then probably start on this one. They haven't really started yet. They're just in place. They're starting to lay down some wax, but they won't take long drawing this out. But this is a good hive, so it's worth breeding from. So a good queen, good laying queen like this is worth keeping. So and worth breeding from. So we've got the crown ball back on, a lid for ventilation, and the roof. On the hives, they've got numbers on the back. This is number 13. The 13 represents the queen number. So this is number 13 queen. So if I change a queen, I change a number. Above here, these are the supers and these are the super numbers. So when I extract the honey, I can always bring the super back to the same hive. That is, if you have a disease problem, you're not going to spread it around the rest of the apiary. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the film.